Wow, that was something. Well, it was a chapter, that's for sure. Okay, of course, if you're not caught up with the manga or if you're an anime-only watcher, massive spoilers within the video, so do what you want with that warning, but I'm just gonna move on to the video, okay. Alright, yes, the funky Hellboy user of One For All has said that Izuku Midoriya now has access to 6 new different quirks, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on the whole idea of that. Now, when I read this chapter, which was like at 4 in the morning, it didn't hit me till later that day, of course, of thinking that, holy crap, Midoriya is going to be stupidly overpowered from these quirks now, and yeah, there's no real way of getting around that, because look what he's already doing with just 1 power from One For All. Imagine the 6 other quirks that he has now, which I'll remind you have been gaining power through the years as All For One has been passed down to each user, and it's being mixed with the original power that is One For All, you know, the smashes and everything, which, now thinking about it out loud, explains how Midoriya's arm brace was shattered so easily. That thing on his costume was specifically made to handle the smash power of his arms. It just shattered like glass when one of the quirks was leaking out and nothing else. Now, my main thought that I kinda have is that I honestly wouldn't prefer for Izuku to start immediately using these quirks, or a better way of saying this is that I'm really hoping that he isn't going to drop the whole smash techniques that he's been doing throughout the series so far, and especially if he's going to be mastering these quirks, or he has mastery over one of the quirks, like, just like that. I don't think I would like that, because I feel it would kind of downgrade or even destroy a huge portion of what My Hero Academia's theme is, that being hard work will be rewarded. A perfect example of this is Miro, Lemillion. He was decimating Class A. They were thinking and saying, oh, he just lucked out with a good quirk, that's not fair. No, quite the opposite. Miro and Tamaki explained that his quirk is not all that great, and it kinda sucks in some cases, but why he was so strong is because he made his quirk strong. He actually had to take time, effort, practice, and learn new ways that fit his style of being a hero. And after all of that, he climbs the ranks of his school and ends up being part of the Big Three, and even Aizawa, a man who takes being a hero pretty serious, says, yeah, he has the highest and best potential, including pros already, of being the next #1 hero. That's perfect for Miro. He's a perfect example of what the story is pretty much about. And going back to Izuku, he's pretty much the same way. He had to build his body to even handle the power of One For All, then started incorporating techniques for his style of fighting. First the finger flicks, then full counting, then building up his percentages, shoot style, and now he's at a comfortable 20%, with recently going back and mastering his finger flicks, which he dubs them as Air Forces now. He's come a long way. It really is something of him making One For All his own quirk and own power. Not only that, a number of people like All Might, Gran Torino, and so on have drilled it into Midoriya's head on that he needs to start making One For All his own power, the way that he would use it.
So clench your butt cheeks, kid, and yell this from the depths of your heart!
And then, poof, Hellboy comes out of nowhere and drops the bombshell of, here's 6 new quirks, have fun, see ya, kid. It's like, oh, doesn't seem like you would really need to work all that hard anymore when you pretty much have all the power you would need. That really puts him at an advantage above everyone else now. Like, he already was from being, you know, the successor to All Might and having a really powerful quirk, but then he just gets 6 other ones. It really puts him in a league above really everyone else, so much so. I believe that Izuku for right now should stick with just using the main power of One for All, his smash techniques and everything like that, to be at a strong and controllable 75 to 100% of power. Then he should start trying to learn about the other quirks, because he was already struggling with one quirk, the one that we know that he pretty much has, you know, One for All smashing and everything like that. It took him a while to get used to everything like that, and he's, you know, still kind of struggling with it, but he's getting the grip of it, and he's still only at 20%. I don't think he needs to rush on learning the 6 other quirks. I don't really see it within Midoriya's mindset to do that. Now, I'm not saying that he should ignore them completely. He can learn them later, though. He can be broken and overpowered later, though, when the story is pretty much over, because right now, I think it would just be better for him to focus on, you know, what we know him for, everything about the smashes, and maybe he could learn a couple of things about the other quirks. You know, he doesn't have to fully start mastering the quirk Black Whip, the Hellboy's his quirk and everything like that. He doesn't need to do that. Maybe he can learn one technique about it or two, and that'd be that. I'd be perfectly okay with that, and the same thing goes for the other quirks as well. I just don't think that he should say, like, well, gotta learn every single one of these now, and just do it all while still doing the percentages. Yeah, it just feels so weird. He can have all of that done when he's pretty much a great hero already. Kind of like how Naruto and Aang from Avatar were when they were adults. By the time they were adults, no one in and out of the world could stand up to them. They had all the power by that point. And back to Izuku again, he doesn't need to master them, I think, just have a basic understanding from them. The stockpiling application is already making them strong, so spending who knows how long to learn another quirk entirely would probably be a nightmare. But then again, Izuku's a nerd, so he might like that. And that's what I pretty much think about, you know, the huge bombshell that Izuku now has and that everyone else now deals with, like, hey kid, you got 6 new quirks, you better use them right, see ya. It's like, oh, okay. I thought we were just sticking to the one. I know there were a couple of, you know, fun theories out there. It's like, oh, what if, you know, Izuku, what if he did have, like, another quirk and he just never manifests somehow? Well, we don't just get 1, we don't just get 2. We get more than a handful. We get 6 new quirks. Oh boy, I really hope, and you know, by the overall message of this video is that I'm really hoping that Horikoshi takes his time with Izuku developing these quirks, because again, I don't mind if he does learn them. I'm just really hoping that, you know, he doesn't have like a mastery over them immediately, or he drops his whole smash techniques, because I like those. They're simple, but I like them. It's what everyone knows him for and everything. And not only that, wouldn't it just be weird for the fact that if he starts using another quirk, all of a sudden, everyone's going to start questioning him even more so than they did at the beginning of the series? Like, how would Bakugo feel about this? Whew, he'd probably explode worse than a freaking nuke. But, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below about all of this, about Midoriya's new powers and everything. It's gonna be a wild ride from now on. Like, it already was, but my gosh, 6 new quirks. I didn't think that many, but guess we're gonna have to deal with that. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Questions, comments, and concerns. I'll try to handle them best I can. You know what to do with all the social media links that I leave in the comments and the description. Have fun clicking all those buttons and everything. Thank you for watching. That's greatly appreciated, of course. Have a great day. Have a great night. Everything else, you know what to do.